Hello, welcome to Two Fat Guys Talk About Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the next episode from the one you previously heard. I'm Jade Nelson.
And I'm Manball. Welcome.
So yesterday, or not yesterday, Jesus Christ. It's been a week.
It's been 4 to 7 minutes.
So we talked about the Dark Illusion and what our polls were going to be. And
how all that was going to go.
What'd you pull?
Well, we rated at Walmart for all their...
Shout out to Walmart.
Really busting the middle ground with Walmart.
Absolutely. The mediocre at best.
We got everything they had, and they only had 2 secrets and everything.
Yeah, you bought 19 packs, I want to say.
16.
Or 16 packs, and my wife and I bought the other 9. And 2 secrets?
And they were both the same secret, too.
Magician Navigation?
Yeah.
Something like that. And then we only pulled 1 Snow White.
Yeah, so...
It's a common.
Short print.
And then we pulled barely any Metal Foe stuff, really to pass off.
How many Ultras did we get? You got 1. I got 2.
You got 2. I got that Master P.
You got Master P. I got the Fire King Draco.
Yeah.
And then I got...
Which should be a Draco, but it's
the Shiranui Solitaire.
Which is actually a really good card.
He's kind of nuts.
Segue into the next thing I want to bring up, meta. Now that Dark Illusion is out, what do you think we're going to see?
Metal Foes.
Just a lot of Metal Foes?
I think it's going to be a lot of Metal Foes, and I think a lot of people are going to be trying new things.
Okay. What new things do you think they're going to be really doing?
I mean, I know a lot of people really want Spiral to work out.
They really do, and Subterrors.
Subterrors, too.
It seems like more people are making a fuss about Subterrors more so than Spiral right now.
I think people just like the rarity.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
And
too.
Personally, I like the Subterrors more. I think they're better. But I
tend to agree.
I think the thing with Spiral that's kind of nuts, though, is almost all their monsters are not once per turn.
And I think the other thing that's nuts about that is you can use a broken-ass card like Machine Duplication.
Yeah.
So, I think the meta is going to go in a really strange direction, especially with Pod Desires, which we'll cover at the end of our podcast, or end of our episode. But mainly it's about tech right now and generic sides.
Yeah.
And what's going to be good, what's going to be bad. It's going to be a lot of trial and error.
Absolutely.
Also, speaking of meta, what's the deck you're building right now?
Right now,
that requires 3 Pot of Divinity or Desires.
Divinity.
Get that fucked up
so
on
the Necroface, Lightsworn, and Snow White.
That deck seems fucking stupid.
It's pretty nuts.
It's kind of hard to handle. Not really
it's super
easy.
It's super overwhelming. If think of the deck that would spam the most, now double that, and that's that deck.
That seems fucked up.
It's super fucked up.
And you play Omega in that.
Yeah.
And Pot of Desires.
Get into that, huh?
We'll talk about that later. Right now, I'd like to introduce... We have 2 other people here.
Nah.
Well, they think they're people. We have Taylor from Colorado, who is stationed here in North Dakota. How you doing, Taylor?
Doing good. How's it been?
It's going. And straight out of his girlfriend's cage, we have Ryan. How you doing, Ryan?
Pretty good.
So,
it's nice to be free.
So what, Taylor, what got you into Yu-Gi-Oh?
Well, I came back last year. I think the biggest thing for me was I was just bored, dislocated my arm, and I needed something to do.
It took a disability for you to get into a children's park.
Hey, I mean, it's kind of funny.
And yet he's not playing Super Helmet.
Hey.
That's surprising to me. Well, you did play Cosmo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean...
We don't talk about the dark times.
Are you competitive?
Yeah, try to be.
Okay, so you're not casual.
Well, I mean, I casually play, but I like to be competitive in the casual.
Right. Ryan, what about you? What got you into Yu-Gi-Oh?
I first started out back when I was in 7th grade. Way back. Yeah. So 7th grade. Long time ago. I quit and then came back once I found out some friends were into it.
And then you just kind of just played ever since?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's stuck to you.
Yeah, like a fucking tumor.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Yu-Gi-Oh is.
Tumor with super glue on it.
You play competitive or casual?
Really a little bit of both. I play competitively whenever I can, but...
Okay, what deck are you running right now? Or trying to build right now?
Right now I'm trying to change my Cosmos to be a Metal Foe Cosmo combination.
That thing's gonna be neat.
That's
gonna be really neat. That's what my wife's gonna do. I'm scared.
A lot of pluses.
Yeah. Taylor, what are you playing?
I currently play Blue Eyes.
Is it good?
Yeah, Blue Eyes is really good.
Would you say it's gonna be the deck to beat right now?
No.
Really?
It's not the deck to beat.
Reasons?
It struggles with anything that can send the cards back to your hand or just not let you search. So
or I don't know, fusion with them,
or you steal them with fusions. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So Buster Blader, Super Quantums. And
I want to talk about that matchup real quick. Last night, Taylor and Manball were playing, and Manball, what were you playing?
I was playing Buster Blader, the Dragon Hunters.
Chaos Max Blue Eyes.
What happened, Taylor?
Every single time he would fuse with my dragons, and then my Chaos Max would be put in defense mode, and I'd feel the piercing come back at me.
That sounds actually terrible.
It wasn't double pierce, but it was tough enough pierce.
It was enough, yeah.
So how'd you feel about that, Manball?
Well, it was the dream.
Buster Blader making that comeback.
I mean, anytime dragons get out of hand, he's there.
That trap card's really good.
The trap card's really nuts.
That came out new, and that's a fucking good trap card. Speaking of things coming up soon in the game, we got the Yugi and Kaiba tin, kind of spoiled.
Megatins, yeah.
The Megatins, yeah. The Yugi tin had, I think it was Perform Pal Sorcerer and
Sorcerer.
It also had the Dark Magician reprint and the Ebon. Is it Illusionist or is it the other one?
I think it's Illusion.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, goddammit.
And some other stuff. I know you want to talk about the DD stuff, but we'll get to that here in a second. I'm just naming off the highlights. And then the Kaiba tin.
Oh shit!
The Kaiba tin, you get the reprint of regular Blue Eyes, which we desperately needed, and the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat.
Which is weird so early, though.
And then also
Snow Rabbit.
Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit. That's going to be... That's pretty cool.
I like that it's a super, because now we have the same rarities as it did in Japan.
I think it looks pretty neat as a super. It's going to look neat.
I mean, the card just looks good no matter what.
What are you guys excited for, like, about the tin promos? Anything in particular?
I can finally pull a Snow Rabbit. I'm so happy.
That struggle.
It took me so long.
Anything with you, Ryan? Anything that you're desperately trying to get from the tin promos?
Not
That
as far as those promos go. I'm not really trying to build Dark Magician, not trying to build Blue Eyes.
Only scrubs play that.
I know, right?
So the Mega Pack was also kind of, sort of leaked. I mean, we're gonna get reprints of Painful Decision and Solemn Strike, which are kind of needed.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. As well as like all the Magician stuff.
The Magician stuff, yep.
So that'll be cool.
A lot of stuff's gonna get reprinted in that. It's gonna be a really neat pack to check out. We might even get a reprint of Tin Can, Mojo, all that kind of shit.
And then they get banned.
Yeah. So, and what are you excited for? Like, I covered the highlights of the tins. What are you most excited for, Manball?
Well, the promos.
Okay.
The DVDs.
The DVDs.
Finally.
But we get a DVD that you need a DVD tuner for.
Which doesn't exist yet. Not until the structure deck when we get Lamia.
Life is so hard.
Yeah, it's fun.
You're going to be getting it January 27th.
Oh, it's late January.
Late January. I mean, it's kind of, it's not even in a season, really.
That's fucking fantastic.
So speaking of seasons, speaking of competitive play and going out, YCS. So we're going to YCS Minneapolis.
When that happens.
October 15th, I want to say.
16th.
16th? 15th? 15th and 16th. The weekend of. Whatever. I think the biggest thing about that is the prize card.
Yeah, people are getting...
What is the prize card?
The prize card is number 93 Utopia Kaiser.
What does it do?
Alright, so I have it up here. So 25 attack, 2000 defense, rank 12, more rank 12s.
Okay. Magnus.
Light warrior, oh my god. But it requires 2 or more numbered exceed monsters with the same rank that have material.
Okay.
So that's not hard to do at all.
Right.
Once per turn, you can special summon rank 9 or lower number monsters with 3,000 or less attack that have different ranks from each other from your extra deck, up to the number of exceed materials that are attached to this card. But their effects are negated, and then you detach material from it, and your opponent takes like half damage for the rest of the turn.
Right.
But that's not going to matter when you get like 4 huge ass monsters on the field.
Yeah.
Like, that's just crazy.
So it's a number card.
Yeah, that's the thing everyone's really upset about.
Did you anticipate this being a YCS card at all? Or?
I didn't actually. There was I don't know if a lot of people actually saw this or not, but they had a promo that came out that was not like a promo card, but like a promotional ad that came out.
Right.
And it had a picture of Utopia Kaiser on it, and S0 had both of them, and it said, "Get your subscription to the Shonen Jump." Blah blah blah.
And then.
So I assumed that.
And you said S0, right?
S0, yes. And that they were going to be the Jump promos.
Right.
Or Kaiser more likely was going to be a jump promo.
Okay.
Because I believe it was in the OCG. I'm not sure.
I am not sure either. I mean, this is actually my first time ever hearing about the card.
It's anyone who wants to know exactly what it was used for in the OCG there for a hot minute was Heraldic Beasts.
Yeah, kind of seems like it would do good with that.
It's kind of nuts.
Do you guys give a shit about the prize card at all?
No.
Was I the only one
Just a
here?
resounding... Nah, fuck that.
Was I the only one here that wanted it?
Yep.
I thought it was going to be Minerva, and then I was going to be more excited, and then no. Just like I thought we were going to get those Blue Eyes mats for regionals, and no.
So...
Stupid Buster Blader.
Stupid fucking Buster Blader. Hey, you fucked you
So
twice.
salty.
You fucked you twice,
This
Hans.
is more like 5 times, man. It's awful.
You don't give a shit about the prize card?
No, not really.
Okay.
Until it comes in.
Any number collector's pissed.
Right. Well, I think during the YCS we're going to see a variety of things because of the new set coming out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm not too sure when the tins come out. November? It's okay.
Okay.
So we won't see those reprints during the YCS, but we're still going to see a lot of metal foes, a lot of pendulum decks in general.
Yeah.
We're going to see Cosmos still.
Possibly. I mean, we could possibly see a new ban list before then. There's always that possibility.
I'm hoping so, yeah. But I think even if we see the ban list by that time, Cosmos will still be able to do their things because of metal foe.
Yeah, they'll still be able to do something, but I'm thinking they're going to be slowed down a little bit. I mean, it's Cosmos time, really.
Yeah. Doubtfully see some Monarchs. I mean, so that kind of brings me to my next point, my next topic, deck building. What I mean, if we're gonna be so meta-centric and think about like metal foes and blue eyes and Cosmos and all that kind of stuff, because we all know Cosmos is not gonna die. It's not gonna get a stake in the chest. It's gonna get a heavier slap on the wrist.
Just like Burning Abyss got killed, right?
Just like Necros got killed at second ban list. So when it comes to deck building, what Manball, what do you try to do in the situations where you're going to a big tournament and you're gonna see a lot of meta shit?
Well, I mean, you know me, man. I'm weird.
Yeah.
Like I take Rogue and I make it as good as it can be and try and bust meta with it. Like.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I tend to make my deck around whatever the meta is. Usually I'll play, well, I guess since it was my first time ever doing it, I only played a meta deck, so so I don't really have any views on this other than I was playing a meta deck and I was planning for other meta decks.
You were doing fine, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing fine until someone said, "Don't suck."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said don't suck, and then you started going downhill.
Monarch player got me. Just kept,
I mean, I told you not to suck, and you defied me.
I couldn't stop him from stealing my girls, man. He just kept stealing my stuff. That Stormforth is no joke.
What about you, Ryan? When it comes to deck building, like, what do you try to do? Do you try to make the main like a, I don't know, kind of able to counter shit, or do you just devote the side to that?
Well, mainly I try to focus my main deck on the meta, but I also do tend to go for some rogue decks along on the side.
Right. So,
as far as responsiveness to other decks, that is a pretty big thing to me.
okay. I think when it comes to like, you know, deck building and stuff like that, it's it really is dependent on what's going to be the meta always, and that's
Absolutely,
never going to
yeah,
change.
yeah.
It's never going to fucking change. Remember when Scapegoats was a good card? I mean, everybody was teching that at 3.
I'm waiting for them to make like Super Scapegoat or some shit.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah,
Ghost.
Scapegoats, yeah, hey,
Yeah.
it's a good card. But when it comes to the player
That was
base,
a
I think
joke,
everybody,
Super Hippo Carnival. So
when it comes to making like deck building and stuff, it seems like the player base is a hive mind. I don't know if I'm wrong about that. Like, especially the huge competitive base, because you see like certain like, you know, listings of like top 32s of like YCSs and stuff, and they're mainly kind of the same.
yeah,
And
I mean meta's always meta.
meta's
Like,
always meta, but I mean, I think there should be a
that's why.
splash of something. I mean,
that's-
tech cards are tech cards, but
I mean, like that's one of my favorite things. There for a while was when like and no matter what the meta was, it was like, oh, Cosmo, Monarch, whatever, and then there was always that one hero deck that would top somewhere every time.
Yep, absolutely. There's always something weird that's going to top. There's never anything. It's never a list of just straight meta unless it's like game breaking.
Like ARG, shit's crazy with that.
I love watching ARG shit.
Because there's always like a rogue deck that completely sweeps.
Like that Super Quantum deck.
That Super Quantums was
that was kind of the tits.
Yeah, that was. When was that? That was.
There was a YCS Origins. I think it was Origins. Might have been state championships, but I think Super Quantum's kind of swept that and got in the top.
The one right
too.
before that was Fluffles.
Yeah. I don't know. When it comes to like other player base and kind of the hive mind, do you guys ever find yourself like following that kind of thought process when it's just like adding cards just because other people play it?
I'll take a look at it, and most of the time I'll bounce it off of Percy or a couple other people that I know. And
Right.
the recent one that I had was the Concealing Light with the blue eyes.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so Taylor comes over to the
Guess
place.
we're getting into this now.
Yeah, we are. And he was just like, oh, I'm sick of seeing all these fucking Chaos Max builds. And they're always fucking maining Swords Concealing Light. They're fucking scrubs.
That is not what I said.
That's my impression of you, though.
Yeah,
It's
I
pretty
said
good.
Thank
that's awful. I said I was tired of everyone going triple Chaos Max, triple Concealing Light, and then them saying like, "Oh, you have to play it like this, otherwise you can't win with this deck." And yeah, that's definitely not the case.
That's basically what I just said in that voice, too.
No, but you said that. Never mind.
Okay, so Swords Concealing Light, you decide to hate it, and then you decide to run it.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was a good card, and I was gonna play it at the local that we went to, but I chose against it because of a couple other cards. But after the Buster Blader action and the Super Quantum action, I kind of needed it for a minute, and then I kind of just finally stepped away from Chaos Max Blue Eyes and went back to the pure build.
When it comes to Chaos Max, do you have a certain opinion with Swords Concealing versus Quaking Air Force?
Quaking, you have to make them swing at you. Concealing Light, it's right there
Swing
now.
at you is not that hard, though. You put a Sage on field, and you have Quaking in the back.
But I mean, like, they're not going to swing at Sage if Chaos is right there. They're not going to throw a defense monster there. Most of the time, if you see people like throw Chaos Max on board, they'll scoop unless they have a deck that can deal with it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Like, Quaking's nice. I really like it. Storming's nice. I like that. Drowning was a good one for a little bit.
Very good one, yeah. I was using a lot of Demise decks, too.
Uh-huh.
Card Demise, not Demise King of Armageddon.
Yeah.
I'm real old school.
I don't know
Real
if
old school, yeah.
I don't know if anyone would have thought of that, to be honest. I think everyone would have thought Card Demise. But
I forgot we're speaking to children on this.
Yeah.
All they heard was cancer.card.
Card.
So Ryan, do you net deck? What do you do when you?
I do quite a bit of net decking. I mean, it's a good starting point. It's a really good starting point, especially
Speaking
when
of cancer, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Speaking of cancer.
Cancer. Oh god. Well, when a new archetype comes out, I would really like to have a good starting point. Just get the thought process going. What I want to see out of my deck.
Right. Okay. I mean, yeah, and to a degree, it does make sense. With like, you know, if you're gonna like mess or fuck with a new archetype or whatever, it's good to see some sort of like skeleton, I guess, and then fill in the blanks on your own.
Yeah, don't reinvent the wheel, really.
I don't know. I think reinventing the wheel also has some ups to it. Like, I'm gonna bring up Jeff Jones. I mean, Jeff Jones is kind of the master at that. He makes a deck and like just fucking tears ass with it, and all of a sudden it's like, I never thought of that, and then they'll net deck him, and then everybody net decks that, and like just becomes this like cycle of, hey, I have a great idea.
You don't gotta.
It's like a virus.
Change the wheel.
Really.
Just curve it out a little bit, make it smoother.
Yeah, there you go. So we talked about like net decking and deck building and like what the I don't know process is. When it comes to deck building, there's always something that's really needed with it. It's trading. Trading, I think,
That's always a big part of it.
is a huge market in the game. It will always be a
Always
huge
will
market
be
in the
in
game.
any card game. Anything really.
And especially when it comes to like either getting the shit that you need, or say you have everything you need and you want to like just really prettify your deck, make it shiny. I don't know. I think when it comes to like that kind of thing, you should have your deck in order. You should have it straight.
Yeah.
You shouldn't like just go into a new tournament with a new deck that you never really played before, all blinged out. That's my personal
I
opinion.
mean, a lot of people do that though.
They do, and it pisses me off all the time. When you-
Summoned Atlantean Dragoons ulti?
Yeah, shit. When it comes to like trading, what do you do, Manball? Do you go for shit that you actually need, or do you just go for like pretty stuff?
It'll depend. Usually what I'll do is I'll get what I need first.
Okay.
And then if I can, go back and try and pretty it up.
And see, I'm kind of a scrub lord. Like, I like shiny shit.
I know you do.
And I'll just grab it. Like, I don't give a shit.
We've been friends for years. I know.
What about you guys?
I'm definitely a budget decker. I don't need the shiny stuff. As long as the card does what I want it to do, I'm good with it. I've never been finding myself trying to get the nicer version of it or anything.
I think that's a kind of a mainstay of a lot of players too. Like, I mean, people like to get the cards that do things.
I love
not
it.
Just because they're shiny, but
Yeah, I love your comments. Always like, oh, look at those common trade-ins, or look at that common.
God, your Castell's not even ulti.
Yeah, and stuff like that. You guys clown me for.
Draco Sack's not even first edition. Ew.
I mean, I'll say shit like that. But
Yeah.
what about you, Ryan? When it comes to trading, what do you usually? Do you go for pretty shit? Do you go for useful shit? We shouldn't even include you in this conversation. You just buy your shit outright.
Yeah, for the most part. I
Avoid social interaction altogether.
don't have a trade binder anymore, actually. But I think that's going to be
getting to
one
our
of our
next topic.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with Manball on this. My number one priority is just focus on the cards that I need.
Right.
If I can, hell yeah, I'll pretty up a little bit.
What's the biggest score you guys ever got for while trading? Like, something very, I don't know, little value even to you for something like fucking insane. Do you have any example of that? Or?
I usually don't trade like for big stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I usually trade big stuff to get the stuff that I couldn't get.
Right. Okay.
Like, I'm terrible at getting super rares I need.
Yeah.
So, like, sometimes I gotta trade, like, an ultra or secret just to get to it.
I think one of the best things I ever done was when you were looking for those Fight for Tigers, was it?
Yeah, the
Ultras.
Tiger ended up being a jump promo.
Yep.
And I really needed him.
I think it was like $40 a card.
There for a minute, he was really expensive.
And I traded one Dark Destroyer for 3 of them.
Yeah.
I felt kind of good about that.
That was nuts. For 2 of them.
For 2 of them, and then something with the 3rd.
I think you...
Oh yeah, we got it for you for Christmas.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
What about you guys? Any awesome deals while trading?
No, the one time I tried to trade for something, some other guy came up and yelled a different price, and the guy stopped looking at me and looked right at him.
To our listeners, Taylor fucking hates me.
It's
So I'm really glad he's on this right now.
You tend to screw the pooch a couple times, especially when I'm trying to get the card for you.
I love fucking you over. It's all good.
Yeah, but you fucked yourself over.
I really did.
It's like,
You know who you're talking
So-
to. Like,
so what-
He's gonna do it to himself no matter what.
oh yeah. So what they don't know is we went to another local, and this guy pulled a Cosmo Dark Lady that Jade really needed.
Yep.
Really needed. And I was like, and I was about to get it.
We only had 3.
He needed 4.
Yeah.
So they both, him and his wife both played Cosmos, and went up to the guy. I was like, "Yeah, I'll give you $30 for it." And out of nowhere, "I'll give you 40." I turn around and there's Jade, smirking.
And I can't even
Big old
blame
dumb
drinking
face,
on
yeah.
that. I was fucking stone sober. That was a mistake. I'm sorry, Taylor.
Hey.
You heard it here first. I'm apologizing to Taylor.
Yeah,
never thought
except
this
it was
would
your own fault. You should apologize to yourself for being
That'll never happen.
a fool.
And what about you, Ryan? Any awesome deals while trading?
No, not really.
Really
Everything's
exciting, aren't you?
I know, I'm just the most exciting person ever.
He's so happy to be here.
Well, honestly, all my trades have really been on the level.
Okay, so you trade like an equal amount of money for cards, pretty much.
Yeah, the one YCS that I've been to so far.
You mean regional?
Well, yeah, regional.
Okay.
I actually do remember a really good trade I had, which was I gave someone, it was El Shadow Winda.
Okay.
Like when
She was like 30 or 40?
Yeah,
All right.
around there. For Necros of Trishula.
That's not so bad.
When
Yeah.
it was high priced.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That was a good one because I forgot to mention to the guy that I had 4 windows at the time.
Okay. I can tell you the smartest trade I've ever done. And it was, I had a whole Cleaford deck built, and I knew the ban list was right around the corner. And somebody had a Shadal deck that I really wanted. The constructs were alty, it was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I traded it to this certain guy, and He was like, yeah, I'll definitely take the cleat force. And I was like, sweet.
See, I knew it. I knew you fucking did that, you fucker.
Well, I mean, gotta win sometimes.
I think the best one I ever did, actually, now I think about it, was when I gave you the 2 Sage Knights for your break sword.
That was fair though.
That was the fair one, though, but it was a good one.
It was definitely
On your point, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just needed it.
Rank 3 Cosmos was a thing.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think of it, yeah, there was a really good trade.
Oh, here
It's like
it is.
everybody's just like, no,
See,
I've never had these stories. And
There was this one guy, I had a Necros deck completely built. And, oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I traded you my my Cosmos stuff for Necros stuff, and then Necros got hit. So we did it to each other. It's all good.
The fucker
See, the
came
thing
right
is,
back
I
around.
didn't know it was coming.
Just kind of did it.
Well, I mean, it was time for them to get hit again, and all of a sudden the new balance comes out. He's like, oh fuck, need to get Cosmos again. So speaking
You
of,
begged me to get it back.
so yeah, speaking of lost cards,
Oh god.
you want to tell that story, Ryan? We were on our way to
Forks, the regional.
the Fargo regional.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we all make it safe and sound. What about you, Ryan?
I had to leave work late, so I was driving down the road right after it rained, and it was also pretty dark out.
And then
I was between Carrington and Jamestown, and a deer just bolted out in front of me.
Little old
So-
Rudolph scared you off the road.
Well,
I think
was
the
thinking
best
there's
part-
no way that I would get out of this without injury if I just go straight forward. So, like a smart person, I just swerved, and I couldn't get control of the vehicle again. It went into the ditch, started on fire.
I think the funniest thing is like you hit the
Yeah.
ditch, the front of the car starts on fire where the engine is, and then you have your cards in the back seat where you could easily pull them all out, and you just sat there and watched it all burn. And then the fire department comes, you're left with like a deck.
No, it was cutting through the lines. The fire was cutting through the lines. I didn't know if it might explode or anything, so I just had a bolt.
Rather be safe than sorry, I guess.
I guess, yeah. That's understandable.
But 3 strikes at full price.
God damn.
Yeah,
So
thank God for insurance.
when you guys go to
Brought to you by.
when you guys go to any sort of events, make sure you look out for deer, and then avoid riding on the road at all costs. Have insurance.
And
Have
don't
insurance. Yeah.
Don't bring your full Yu-Gi-Oh collection with you.
Yeah, don't bring everything that you want to get burned up with you. So yeah, it's good to always be careful on the road and shit like that. You don't want to.
Safety tips with 2 fat guys.
Don't drink and drive. Don't swerve out of the way of deer. Hit the deer full.
Okay,
Don't
I did not
drive.
drink. I was sober.
No, I didn't say you did drink. I'm just saying just swerve out of the way of the deer.
I still think you should have killed
No,
Bambi.
don't swerve out of the.
You just slam into it.
Hit those fuckers.
Just
Just hit them.
they're rats with hooves. That's all they really are.
Send them flying.
Should have killed Bambi, man.
You seriously should have. Hey. No, yeah. But
Yeah, now in hindsight, I should have done that.
what was the most expensive cards that you lost out of that? The strikes.
Yeah, the strikes. I also had break swords at the time.
Oh, that's right. When Breaksword was crazy expensive too.
65.
Yeah, about that.
High priced.
I just got wrecked by that accident.
And then you had Perform Pulse Sorcerers in there too, I think.
You got
Yeah,
tricked.
back when they were
got
pretty high.
But Trish
Well,
is supposed to send one, not thousands.
One from the car, one from the field, one from
Back pocket.
the... Yeah.
One backpack from the front of the car, one case of cards from the back of the car.
Jesus
And-
Christ.
Couldn't even get the backpack? I feel like that'd be the easiest thing.
You probably could. You didn't even.
I was in survival mode.
You straight panicked is what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough with
Pretty
that
much.
though. Like,
Yeah.
you see
sorry.
fire, you're like, oh shit. You're not like, hey.
I better get my cards out of here.
Priorities.
Priorities. So yeah, you lost a lot of money during that, and I think that's probably one of the biggest things that has happened in our group. Like as far as like Yu-Gi-Oh cards going, got burned up. Did your insurance ever like do anything with that?
Oh yeah, I got it. I got about
You actually got money out of this.
yeah.
Got a new car.
You got a new car.
Like brand new
Yeah,
car,
but
right?
paying it off and added insurance. It's gonna suck to get cards now.
Yeah, but it must have been really neat, like having such good insurance that you can claim your cards.
Oh yeah.
Especially when they're worth like that.
Progressive has a Yu-Gi-Oh deductible on their sheets now, on their forms. It's all because of Ryan.
Jeez.
They call it the Ryan Law.
We can never, like, have a bad moment like that ever now because of you.
Yeah.
Nothing stacks up to you. Like, Jade losing my Infinity in Bismarck.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing stacks up to you now.
Absolutely. I mean, 3 strikes. I don't know how many break swords you had. Pendulum sorcerers.
Three
Dark Destroyers.
Oh, shit.
Play sets of pretty much everything.
Yeah, full Cosmo deck. So.
That'd be really funny.
Yeah, max rarity, max value at the time.
But what if the people who got your car, they're like, what if it was a Yu-Gi-Oh player and like none of your cards got burned up and he was like, yep, they're all gone. And he just made out with like thousands of dollars worth of cards.
No.
He watched.
I was down in the frame.
Sure, it was in the fire.
I rode with the record. I saw my car. It was down in the frame. Just nothing. No tires, no seat cushions, no nothing.
Holy shit.
You just see the foil just crumpled up in this little
That's so
ball. Right there. You're like, that was Solemn Strike, Dark Destroyer. No.
That's so depressing.
It even started on fire when we were driving.
So before the deer?
No.
So you would have been a flaming ball of fire versus a deer.
No, when I was riding with the record and the car was in the back, it started back on fire just a couple of times while we were going to the junkyard.
I just see flare blitzing a deer. That's all I see. That's all I'm seeing right now.
It's like you were the meteor and that deer was the dinosaurs. You fucking just destroyed it.
Well, he missed it. You didn't even hit him.
See, and that's why we have crocodiles.
What?
Just start some weird, crazy shit on like episode 5.
Oh man, that reminds me of, do you remember the Super Mario movie? Do you guys ever remember the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Absolutely.
No.
Hopkins and John Leguizamo?
Grand film.
I was a toddler back then.
My favorite part of that, well, you could watch it now. You're not a toddler now. But my
I've seen
favorite
scenes, it's just not.
My favorite part of the movie is the beginning. He was like, what if the dinosaurs weren't? They were never extinct.
I forgot about that.
That movie starts off on the pretense of what if.
That's how you know
What
it's
if
gonna be.
not all toasters toasted toast?
Brave Little Toaster. Brave Little Toaster 2 confirmed.
That's actually a movie.
Really?
Yeah.
They made a second one.
Yeah, he goes to Mars. Right? Yeah, he does go to Mars.
Alright, Brave Little Toaster 3 confirmed. Happy motherfucker.
Brave Little Toaster. Armageddon.
Armageddon it.
Brave Little Toaster porn.
Oh, man.
Armageddon it on.
Armageddon it, Toasty.
What are you doing, Mr. Vacuum?
Giving you the suck.
This is weird.
Good job, Manball.
This went right off the rails.
Well, you started with
It went right off the road.
crocodiles or something like that.
Went right off the road.
And it went.
I guess you could say it went off into the ditch.
Oh, that's sad. It jumped.
Ooh.
I think in this group from now on, we can, instead of saying it jumped the shark, we can say it swerved the deer.
Jumped the shark.
Haven't you ever heard that expression?
No.
Well, when did that expression start? Wasn't it like a Happy Days?
Happy Days,
Happy
yeah.
Days
Happy
episode,
Days.
yeah. Where
Fonzie
Fonzie
jumped the shark, and then the series wasn't good after that.
Oh,
yeah. Got it. But now we can say it swerved the deer, and it means the same thing.
In video games, it's punching the boulder.
It's what?
Punching the boulder?
Yeah, Resident Evil 5.
Okay, go ahead.
Chris Redfield at the end is actually fucking punching a boulder just to progress through the level.
Okay.
I thought this
And that's it.
podcast was about fucking Yu-Gi-Oh!
It is. We're off topic right now.
Very off topic, yeah.
So he punches the boulder.
Also,
Yeah.
you shouldn't lead with in Resident Evil 5.
I mean,
Yeah, it was
I know we're already talking about a bad game, but dude.
So swerving back.
So, anyways. So you lost all those cards. Those cards are expensive, is what I was trying to get at.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
Which is weird because Solemn Strike was like, what, 75-ish when it peaked? Like something like that?
It was 80.
80,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, when it peaked. And then Foreign Battle Sorcerer was pretty expensive.
35.
Yeah, 35.
Dark Destroyer at the time was 65. That's when he was on his down low.
His peak was 120.
Yep, I remember that.
130-ish, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, Breaksword 55.
Breaksword, yeah, was 55.
But now the most expensive card in the newest set is like $45. And that is Pot of Desires.
Yeah.
So that's something I'd like to talk about.
Yep.
So we talked about Pot of Desires in the last episode for a little bit. Manball and I did.
Yeah.
And we agree that it's a very, very, depending on what you're playing, deck card.
A back and forth card.
Yeah. You don't want to play it in 40 cards because you're going to fucking kill yourself. Mm-hmm. You don't want to play it in, like, something like in Sectors where you could, like, banish your Dragonfly and Hornet and you're like, sweet. You want to play it in something that's, like, has copies of 3 of everything. Mm-hmm. Like a 50-card, like, Metalfoe deck could afford to play 2. Your Snow White thing affords to play 3.
Well, I mean, it feeds off of that.
Yep, because Necroface puts everything back. It's fine. I think it puts everything back.
Yeah.
Okay.
All banished cards.
Right. Okay.
Which is neat.
Anyways, so that it seems like a very iffy card. What do you think, Taylor?
I don't like the banished 10 face down unless you have that's just too many resources going away. I watched like OCG gameplay with it with Blue Eyes, surprisingly, like 40 card Blue Eyes.
Seems like with OCG, like every OCG top has like 3 of that card.
Yeah, which I don't know. I can be a risky player, but I'm not that much of a risky player.
Right.
Like, I do some stupid stuff, and
Japan has more balls than us.
I guess
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the card at all. I'll get it and I'll sell it, but I'm not going to use it.
Right.
To be honest.
What about you, Ryan? What do you think of the card?
I don't really think I would use it, but I do understand.
This is surprising where this conversation is going. I thought you guys were going to be all about it, but
No, I hate that card.
Actually,
I mean, I can see where it'd be good, definitely. But in anything that I'd be playing, it probably wouldn't be all that great. But on the other hand, yes, it is an immediate +1, which is what Pot of Greed was long time ago.
Man, I just don't view it as a plus. I mean, especially in like decks that can't recur as often as like.
In my opinion, I think it's a really fair card. Like if people abuse this too hard, which I'm sure they will. Let's face it.
Yeah.
But I don't. At that point, they should just stop giving us draw power. Like after that, it's just gonna be like remove your whole play from deck and draw a card.
Yeah.
You would just lose.
I mean,
because like banishing 10 cards face down for 2.
It comes out to the question of how important is drawing 2 cards? How fucking important is that to you?
And I think it depends on the deck. So
yeah. And then I think you and I were talking about Demise versus Desires, about what's more.
Yeah.
What's more cancerous, I guess.
Yeah.
I think Demise and Desire are on the same level ish.
I think Demise is dumber.
I don't, because you're still making that sacrifice of no more special summoning. It's only required, or it's only limited to a normal summon. You can set everything, and it's like a free draw 3.
Oh no, Demise Cosmos.
But see, when I see that though, I see people take that as a challenge. They're like, okay, I can't do that for the turn. Let's see how I can get around that. Instead of just, oh, cool stuff.
In my opinion, the bigger challenge is banishing 10 fucking cards face down. I mean, you're losing potentially a shit ton of resources.
I'm not saying you're like, oh yeah.
You're not peachy keen after that situation.
Yeah, like, I'm just saying, like, and that's the thing is like with Demise, like, you can draw stuff and just kind of draw into traps and set them.
And also to the listeners, if we're being fucking like retarded about this, make sure to tell us that we are and state your reasons why you think Demise is a good card or a bad card.
It's badly designed.
It's kind of badly designed. Speaking of that, face down banished interaction.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So apparently, so you guys know that Pot of Desires banishes 10 cards face down. Now, those cards don't have a type. They're nothing. They're literally nothing.
They're just
cards. So cards like that say something like a banished monster or a banished spell or a banished trap, those don't count. But if it says a banished card, they do count. Mm-hmm. So cards like Omega, Psyframe Omega, will interact with those cards because his text says parentheses card. Doesn't say any type of card.
So you can look at your...
And you can totally look at your face down stuff, but
So Omega can get you a resource back for free.
Yeah, you can look at your face down.
When you banish, you can look at what you banished.
Yes.
So you know what's in the rest of your deck.
Face down.
Exactly. It's to do it to prevent you from misplaying.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay, I want to take back my comment about the Dang.
Oh,
I didn't know you could look at them.
then.
Shoot. That
Okay.
totally changes
New conversation.
everything.
Now what do you guys think?
That totally changes everything. You can look at what 10
You-
cards you just banished.
Absolutely. And
That is
If you're
nuts.
playing like an average deck, you still won't have access to those cards ever.
And Manball and I theorize that's kind of why Omega got hit in Japan.
Yeah.
Because he can utilize those face down cards.
Yeah.
He can look at what they milled.
Oh man,
That's-
with Solitaire like, getting the triple Omega, then
Yeah.
terrible.
Oh, wow. That changes everything.
So now what do you think of the card?
That, oh gosh. Yeah. That's crazy.
Taylor went full retard.
I don't know what to say no more.
Ryan, does that change perspective for you or not really?
Well, yeah, I still thought you couldn't really take a look at him since, well, we had Toon Kingdom, right? That also banishes cards face down as an activation cost.
Okay.
And then also as a
How many
effect activation cost.
how many cards did it banish face down?
A Toon Kingdom?
Yeah.
3.
Upon activation, 3.
And then you can banish more every time a tune were to be
But
destroyed.
you can't look at
Yeah, to protect it. At the time, I was told that you cannot look at him.
Well, where we are, the head judge in our kind of
Well-
area, like, I mean, and I think it's kind of known now that you can look at the banished face down cards.
I think it's just. I think a
the
lot.
player, the turn player can.
I think a lot of it has to do though with like Pot of Desires taking that much out. That's a lot of
Hefty
targets.
fucking card.
I
Yeah.
feel like you'd have to look at it just to make sure you know what's left.
Don't
Yeah,
misplay
that's the thing. Like, you
Like
can
if
look
you
at.
if you go terraforming and you don't have field spells,
or melody, and you don't have any more dragons.
Yeah.
like
So-
you just kind of are an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, aren't you supposed to reveal your deck to your opponent once that happens? Like, so they know that you don't have.
Yeah, you
And
have
then
to
they get to
confirm
see what's
it.
in your deck.
Yeah. Yeah.
That just like, oh man.
But your opponent can't look at them,
I know, but with you,
which is kind of neat.
if they see your deck, they know what's banished. Most likely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes a lot more sense now, since,
Yeah.
well, you wouldn't be knowing that you'd be doing an illegal play in
Yeah.
those circumstances.
Absolutely. And that's, like
Crazy.
Manball said, to avoid misplaying. That's a really good thing you can do.
I was wondering how they were going to rule it because like as soon as I saw the card, I was like, oh, that's neat. And all these things were going through my head, and immediately I was like, I bet this is a judge's nightmare, or like
It probably would be,
like
yeah.
like any official event's nightmare of a card.
Yeah.
So many times the judge get called at YCS.
And now, oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. Now that card's gonna have so much fucking interaction, especially with Omega plays. You're gonna hear the word judge 1,000 times over the weekend.
It's not even going to become a word anymore. It's just a sound.
Yeah, so Pod of Demise is a fucking card. It's gonna
Demise.
be or Pod Demise. Did I say Pod Demise?
Holy shit, dude!
I mixed
Don't
my
give 'em
cancers together.
Don't give them ideas.
Pod Desire is going to be like a super used card during the course of the meta. We're going to see a lot of it. Price is probably going to go back up or go up.
I think
even
the
more.
prices on that card are going to be very varying for a while.
Yeah, probably until we see like an official YCS stop with it.
Yeah, then
Speaking of fucked up rulings, one of your favorite cards in the new set, Amaterasu.
Amaterasu.
What does she do? Can you read her off?
Yeah, no problem.
She's a spirit, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
level 9, light, fairy, 3,000, 3,000.
Okay,
Cannot be normal or special summon, so you have to normal set it.
right.
During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this face-down monster, you change this card to face-up defense position, draw a card. If this card is flipped face-up, banish all other cards on the field, and once turned during the end phase, returns to your hand like every spirit.
Okay, so it seems like a really good card. However, it is ruled in the TCG a lot different than it's ruled in the OCG.
Which is bullshit.
Fucking over Manball even more. Konami just loves putting it inside of you. So
That
what?
must be great.
They like that boy pussy. So this card, okay, so say this card's face down, Amaterasu, and they special summon Dark Destroyer, right?
And they target it to
They target this to blow up. It'll flip face up due to its effect, and you get to draw a card. However, its effect of of banishing all other cards on the field will not activate because of TCG rulings.
So basically, it misses the timing.
Yes. Why?
Flip effect misses timing.
Why I think is because it doesn't have the connotation of the word flip. It doesn't have flip in its in its text. So that's why. I
So,
think, anyways.
Wait, you said it's when you can?
I don't know.
No, UCANs are only Blue Eyes cards.
Wait.
What a dick.
No, this is an if mandatory effect.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
It's
none of us do.
It's absolutely retarded.
So once again,
And
it's set.
Blows my mind.
Dark Destroyer happens, or the Man-Eater bug happens. Targets Amaterasu face down. It'll flip face up before destruction. The effect will resolve to draw a card. Then it's destroyed with no effect of banishing.
Which
In the OCG, it works exactly how you think it would work.
how it should work. How
Yeah.
it says it works.
Yeah, the banishing would resolve on a different chain.
Yup. But no.
Wait,
Not here.
if the banishing resolves on a different chain, wouldn't she need to be on the board? Is that possibly why they said it like that?
But why would it work in Japan? I mean, it literally says once it's targeted,
I know.
so then it would, by card effect.
To be fair, it's a complicated card. It definitely is. Like, it's worded kind of weird and everything, and I get that. But
Yeah, it's a very fucked up card.
Let's say you had something to save her, though, like save her on the board. Then could she get her banish effect?
Yes,
So as long as she doesn't get destroyed, she can resolve as long as she's on the board.
I would assume so. I don't fucking know. TCG's so strange
confirmed
with its ruling.
Amaterasu Lance combo. Or dress. Forbidden dress. Is the
Forbidden Dress, yeah.
There you go.
Or that combo you were talking about with Bukatayo.
Yeah.
Bukatayo, yeah.
You can flip it face up, but then she can be Veilered, so.
I mean, but Valor's always a threat. So.
Vader's always going to be a threat. I think Vader's going to be more prominent now than Maxi. Honestly. I think so anyways.
We'll see
I don't
where it
know. It
goes.
depends on how many Blue Eyes decks you got running around.
I think it's going to depend
Tayo-
more on Metalfoe stuff.
What's that?
Tayo flips up during the end phase, right?
No. Tayo is.
That's Eclipse.
Oh, I'm thinking, yeah.
Tayo just
Eclipse.
flips stuff face up.
Yep.
Flips
So
all
then
your
she would
monsters face
get
up.
her effect of banishing, but not drawing a card.
No, the draw only happens when she's targeted. So they really just sort of separated. They really just sort of made it two different cards.
I like those bullet cards, like the dot and it
Yeah.
says this and the other dot and it says that. But
You can activate one of these effects.
yeah. But no, they just decided to fuck that card over.
If you have 8 of them in graveyard,
It would
you
have been a
can
really
activate
nifty anti-meta card though.
That, I mean, in OCG, like barrier stun, Amaterasu was kind of a thing for a minute.
Barrier Stun's neat.
Barrier stun with this, with like the idea in Edios, was actually pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Like, it was not fun.
So anything you guys are excited to play as far as deck building goes and as far as like the new format goes? Are you gonna stick with Blue Eyes, Taylor?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Blue Eyes, but I'm gonna mess around with Spiral.
There you go.
I really did. I really wanted to play.
I think you need to abuse the absolute fucking shit out of Machine Dupe.
Yeah, I got the multi machine dupes that I really
So
want to use.
jealous.
Yep. But also you missed Mind Crush with Spiral, which is hilarious.
Go ahead.
So what
I
you
saw
do
that,
is
yeah.
what you do is you use the Spiral like helicopter
Drone.
drone. You reveal the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck. You can put them in whatever order you want. Then you use Super Agent to call the card.
And then on
So-
their turn.
and on Super Agent, then you set Mind Crush, and then on their turn, like say you're playing Dark Magicians, right? And they have Dark Magic Circle, and you purposely put that on the top of the deck.
Then you can call Dark Magic
And
Circle.
you call Dark Magic
that's
Circle,
nuts.
and they have like, say they have another one in their hand. Like I was just watching some gameplay, and the dude had to send both of them to grave, and you just feel the Dark Magician
Yeah.
player immediately as that happened, he just
Holy
scoops
shit.
Yeah,
right
there's
out.
nothing else you could do at that point.
It was
That's
so
fucking nuts.
funny. But
Wow.
yeah, I wanted.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I wanted to play it with that.
They
and,
really want Spiral to work.
They really do, and I think they also really want Subterra to work. We talked about that already, though. I don't know. When you said that people are more excited for Subterra because of rarity, I agree with that 100%. The field spell's secret. 2 of the monsters are ultra, and the only like hollow card for Spirals is that
Super
suave-looking dude,
Yeah.
sweet haircut.
Hey man, you know, you just gotta do what you
Trusty
gotta do.
McCool guy.
What'd you say?
Trusty McCool guy.
Trusty McCool guy.
Mr. Cool Ice. What about you, Ryan? What are you excited about playing? Or are you just gonna stick with Helmet Melfos? I mean, Cosmo
Yeah,
Melfos.
yeah. For now, I'm gonna do that. Well, given the trends that you've seen with several other TCG exclusive archetypes, like
Go.
Cosmo was one exception. They were really good just right off the bat.
Yep, we got spoiled by Cosmos and Burning Abyss.
Yeah, Burning Abyss too.
And Noble Knights.
Oh my
I
god.
would say I just want to wait for Invasion of
Venom?
It's gonna
It's Vengeance.
Vengeance.
Invasion of
It is
Vengeance.
Vengeance. Okay. Yeah, wait till that expansion. I'm pretty sure both of them are going to be... I'm thinking both of them are going to be meta by that time.
I would assume so. Maybe they're not going to do the thing that they did with the past couple sets. They make a really meta archetype and then kind of like a meh archetype. But I mean, with the last stuff was Kaijus. Kaijus were fucking good.
Not as like
they weren't like a full deck though. They were like
they're good splash stuff.
Yeah.
But now, like,
but I think what they're gonna
is like a whole deck, and it's the most fearless deck I've ever seen. It just does not care.
Yeah.
I think what would be really cool though is if the Subterra's and the Spiral are equally treated, and they're actually both really fucking good.
I just want to mess with my opponent's head, man. I just want to do that for a little bit.
The way TCG goes,
I mean, crush for days. Oh, sorry.
Like, we literally got Burning Abyss after Noble Knights were done.
Yeah, that was...
And then we got Cosmos, which was like, holy fucking shit. And then now it's Spiral and Subterra's, which aren't really good off the gate.
No, they're decent. But
they're okay. I don't know. I do like that Mind Crush thing, though.
It's
That's really
hilarious.
fucking cool.
It's pretty neat.
The other deck I want to build is when Invasion of Vengeance comes out now. D Heroes.
Are you
Destiny
really going to
Hero,
do that?
Dark Hero Venom. Yeah.
Oh my god. So you're excited for the D
Star
Hero.
Venom Dragon.
You're excited for the D Hero deck.
Yeah.
Or D Hero
I know I
set
mentioned
coming
this
out.
before already, but I'm gonna be so pissed off if they rename Star Venom Fusion Dragon to Star Vengeance Fusion Dragon. They can rename the set whatever they want, but don't
rename the dragon.
don't fuck with my dragon, man.
I mean, they changed Gospel or Revival to Return of the Dragon.
Well, the
Lord,
thing
so-
that would piss me off the most about it is all three of the other dragons, Odd Eyes, Clearwing, and
You know, if it's like such a
Dark Rebellion.
big name card that everyone knows, I don't think they're gonna change it like that. But if it's like a spell card, like,
That's what I'm saying though, is if they change it, I think they'll piss a lot of people off.
oh yeah. But I mean,
They've been changing
Yeah.
names ever since the game was fucking...
I know.
Konami
but-
doesn't care.
And that's really the truth, though. Konami doesn't really give a shit. I mean,
Right, Jerry?
they
Being
say
bad?
they do, but that's like abusing a child for fucking years. It's like, I do love you, though.
It hurts you, but it also hurts me.
Yeah, not so much.
And then, yeah, we have to wait for January 27th for Manball to get his deity stuff, and
Oh, we're gonna get our handed to us.
yeah, it's gonna be fucking. That's gonna be straight up revenge.
Yeah.
Just topping all these
Although
events.
I never did bad with deities.
You
just
guys
saying.
thought you were slick, and the past
Fuck
2
you.
years, you're about to get it all this month. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for the. You were talking about the Destiny Hero stuff, though.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm excited for that set because Dark Lords.
Yep.
We're
We've
gonna
been
be
talking
playing
about
the
that.
fucking tits out of that thing.
Yep.
That's gonna be fun.
Abyss actors.
Abyss actors. You said there was a rarity leak in Japan now.
Well, it's out in Japan.
Oh, it's out in Japan now. Yeah,
So,
and she's super.
Pretty Heroine is super rare.
That's fucking
And
cool.
I think the, like, gun slinger dude's ultra.
Okay, that's neat. Yeah, I don't know. I think spirals and subterrors they're gonna be a thing in Invasion of Venom. They need so much more support though. Like they need their meta cards, their game breaker cards.
These are boss monsters.
Yes, absolutely. Especially Spiral.
Yeah. I mean, Cosmo came out with Forerunner, which was, that was good for when it came out. And
It was okay, but I mean, then
kidding me? For everything you played in Minot, and you said it was okay. Like,
It was
You
okay.
weren't running into any trouble until you played Lambo with what was it? Psyframes. That was where you started having a few problems. But
and
like,
ignites.
no, you didn't have any problems with my ignites.
Some other kids ignites. I forgot.
No,
what
you
that
did
was.
have a problem with it because I dropped Tyrant's
Throws,
Throw on,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, I
Fuck.
can't play my deck now.
Yeah, I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh. Thanks.
And I was trying to draw something so I could pendulum. It was great.
I think you're forgetting Clown Blade versus Cosmo.
We're not going to
yeah.
talk about that.
Oh yeah,
That's a dark time that we don't want to go back
that was a
to.
very dark time.
It was
yeah.
fun for me.
I got my feelings hurt so bad with those decks. Thinking Curing.
When it comes to like meta decks though, or not meta decks but TCG decks, what's the difference? Cosmo, they got their fucking boss monster in Dimension of Chaos though. Dark Destroyer was such a
Yeah,
fucking card.
I mean, but that's...
Non-targetable, floating, easily summoned destruction 3000 machine.
Yeah.
Nah,
But
shitty.
back then, everyone that was playing Cosmos was playing Farm Girl, and so as long as you got Farm Girl to swing through stuff, you're
Then we got
set
another
for the game.
Then we got another pilot with Strawman.
Yeah, you got
We had
Strawman and Dark Lady, or not Dark Lady.
Yeah.
Jesus, Wicked Witch.
Wicked Witch. We had
I keep calling them the two
Good
same
Witch, and then Farm Girl,
Yep.
and then the next set Dark Lady, and then Or not Dark Lady. Wicked Witch. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Where's Smart?
You got all the lights in the first one, all the darks in the next one.
And then Bosch came out with Tin Can, and that was like, fuck.
The crack. and the card you said was garbage.
I can't, I'm not gonna live that down to mine.
Yeah, man, I'm playing 2 Cosmojos. Oh, that card's so bad. You gotta destroy your ship to banish a card. Oh, darn.
Oh, and it doesn't target, and you can do it from graveyard? Oh, that's shitty.
Next thing you know, hey, I got 3 Cosmojos. Yeah,
Hey, I never said I was good at this game.
He's like, it was only like a $5 card when I got all 3 of mine, and you're like, oh, that's not gonna be a good card. And then it jumped up to 25, and you're like, I need Cosmojos.
Wasn't it like 30 at some point?
Yeah, it jumped up to 30 when everyone was
Phantomites
like,
would be okay,
when,
but...
like you said, when someone topped with it, they're like, holy cow, Cosmojo.
Holy cow.
What is this?
My favorite,
Everyone went nuts.
Holy mackerel.
Holy mackerel.
Phantomites are gonna be awesome. Raid Raptors with Ultimate Falcon, whatever.
I was right about one of them.
Well,
Raid Raptors fucking suck.
well, you
Raid
were
Raptors
talking shit about
They're compared to everything
you ever
else,
been-
they're pretty goddamn
You
good.
been Ultimate Falcon yet?
No.
Oh yeah, it's not a fun time.
you have been Ultimate Falcon.
I have? Oh. I don't know this shit.
I got Ultimate Falcon when I thought I had a game with Chaos Max on board. Yeah, that was not a fun time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Ultimate Falcon's dirty.
I mean, it's Raid Raptor Magnus.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's almost free.
But the thing with Ultimate Falcon is you can bring it back easy with the 1 rank up, and then you can just drop 77 on it,
Yeah.
which is pretty fucked up.
That is pretty mean and pretty insane. Well, I don't know. In closing, I think our next episode should. I don't know. I think it should be about the upcoming YCS. What you do to prepare for it.
Well,
You know how you're gonna go about like.
by the time we get to the next one, we should probably talk about the legendary decks.
Oh yeah, those are coming out. What's all in those? I don't know. You're just looking at me and you just shrugged. What's in those?
Well, I just think it's funny. I was like, oh yeah, next time, and you're just like, oh, what's it?
I don't know what it is.
The legendary decks are more dark magician stuff is the main thing I care about.
So like Yugi's deck.
Oh
the
shit,
anime
man,
or
ABC
something?
It's like a
Dragons.
Yugi deck, and then
Oh yeah, ABC Dragons. You guys
The
are
only
talking
one that
about
matters.
no, the legendary.
No, I'm
decks.
saying you should talk about ABC Dragon.
We did.
We did talk about ABC.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind. I'm done.
Did you watch? But no.
See, these are bad ones then.
Yeah. Well,
I'm really excited for the Dark Magician stuff.
It's nostalgia decks.
It's better than the other legendary deck set.
Nostalgia decks, right?
I'm getting so fucking sick and tired of
I think there's like a Joey in it too, like Joey's stuff.
I'm
that's
so-
getting reprinted.
Joey sucks.
I'm so over this whole.
Those Red Eyes reprints though.
So fucking stupid.
I just want it for Eternal Souls.
Yep, that'll make Dark Magician kind of a thing. Hopefully. With as much secrets as there are in the set for Dark Magicians.
That's
The
ridiculous.
thing
Yeah,
with
it's
Dark
fucking
Magician
stupid.
is you have to be smart. You can't just go into the deck and be like, I got this.
Yeah.
You kind of have to know what you're doing with it.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Just summon all the Dark Magicians. It'd be good.
But yeah, we'll talk about the legendary decks. We'll talk about getting ready for YCS, how travel goes, and what are your travel plans and all that kind of shit.
What are your trash plans?
And then, I don't know. Any closing thoughts, Manball?
I hate that they fucked over my girl Amaterasu.
They keep on fucking you.
It's great.
salty.
What about you guys? Anything?
Can't wait to play Mind Crush Spiral. That'll be fun.
Ryan?
On the topic of travel,
Kill the deer.
yeah, kill the deer. Yeah.
Our producer's looking at me like we have 3 more minutes, but we're done talking.
Bitch better keep talking. Right there.
Shoot, let's go.
You know what? Let me go get the legendary decks then.
There you go.
Find
So-
out what else in it.
With Spiral, what do you think their boss monster will be if they do end up making that deck a thing?
Dark Destroyer. I don't know.
Dark Destroyer
Dark Lady.
2.0.
Dark
Yeah.
Lady.
Yeah. And it's going to be something that looks exactly like Dark Destroyer, but it's not Dark Destroyer.
No, I don't know. I think it's going to be something that you said there. You can look at the top cards of your opponent's deck. or
Yeah,
something
and then
like
you can special
that. I think it's going to be more involved like that.
So something involved with that?
Yeah. And I think it'll be Exceed.
Exceed? Oh.
I really do. We haven't had that yet.
I mean,
Except for Dante.
And
the
no
deck
one-
is...
And no one counts that.
The deck's really... You can play a lot of rank ones, so that's pretty cool. And then, I don't know.
I feel like they kind of fucked themselves not releasing Sylvan Princess, and then
Okay.
came out, made their own deck, a level 1 heavy deck.
Yeah.
I hope we see Sylvan Princess soon.
It'd be great, wouldn't it?
Too. Yeah.
Card's really fucking good.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You need it for
especially in
Spiral,
D2D.
unfortunately.
Huh?
You need it for Spiral, unfortunately.
You need it?
For the rank 1s, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you can right now use Utopia Roots and Dullahan.
Yeah, I was gonna use Dollar Hands. 3 of them.
Finally loaded.
You want to talk about those legendary decks real quick?
Yeah. So there's a Yugi deck, a Joey deck, and
Ooh.
promotional.
Emotional. Did it make a Kaiba deck?
No, he's on the picture. Maybe they just haven't confirmed everything yet.
Maybe-
But
Joey has the box.
Well, you don't have to get into like what's all in the set right now. We can cover
No,
that
I
next
just-
episode.
oh, the Exodia stuff,
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot that was stuff.
and then all the gods.
Okay. Are they playable? Or just not?
I'm right here. Why would you say I'm bad at destruction day?
If you didn't know, our producer's Kaiba. Their producer's Kaiba.
Yeah, there's a Kaiba deck, but the only card confirmed for it is Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Fucking sick. Well, we really needed a reprint of him though.
Yeah,
I mean, there's barely any.
there's only like 87.
Like
Yeah,
there's
break the market.
short prints of
the market.
Utopia and Blue Eyes. So we're gonna need
Pretty
reprints of all
good.
those.
Red Eyes stuff, some tokens,
They're gonna introduce another Blue Eyes that actually is like an engine to the deck that no one knows about.
and the rest of the
Jesus Christ.
Dark Vision.
Well, first our
stuff.
producer starts bitching at us to go longer, and now he's bitching at us to fucking stop. So, anyways,
I guess we'll just go fuck ourselves then.
I'm Jade fucking Nelson.
And I'm Manball, fucking
Yeah.
myself.
Thank you, Taylor and Ryan, for being on the show. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys in like a minute.
Go fuck yourselves.